This has been your detailed breakdown of the most controversial fight in modern boxing, Tank Davis vs. Jake Paul. Stay tuned, because history, one way or another, is about to be made. At the end of the day, whether fans love it or hate it, the fight will be watched by millions. For some, it will feel like a circus, for others, it's the next chapter in boxing's evolution. Davis is betting on himself, not just as a fighter, but as a global entertainer. Jake Paul, meanwhile, is betting on his power, his fame, and the hope that he can shock the world one more time. As the countdown begins, one question remains: is this the moment where boxing loses its authenticity, or the moment where it reinvents itself for a new generation? Only time and the fight itself will tell. This fight is more than Tank versus Jake. It represents a clash between traditional boxing excellence and modern celebrity influence. Purists argue it's a circus. Marketers call it genius. But no one can deny that it has grabbed the world's attention, something boxing often struggles to achieve in today's sports landscape. Former champion Timothy Bradley even called it easy money for Davis, predicting Tank's speed, defense, and timing will expose Jake within a few rounds. His only warning? Don't underestimate Jake, because overconfidence has ruined champions before. Former heavyweight contender Eddie Chambers added historical context. He reminded fans that boxing history is full of smaller fighters defeating larger opponents. Technique and intelligence often outweigh size. For Chambers, underestimating Tank's skills would be Jake's biggest mistake. As if the drama wasn't enough, Floyd Mayweather himself has re-entered headlines with reports of a potential exhibition against none other than Mike Tyson. Analysts believe Floyd's timing is intentional, an attempt to draw attention back to himself while Tank and Jake dominate the spotlight. Whether it's about legacy, competition, or pure marketing genius, Floyd once again proves he knows how to control narratives. But Kellerman wasn't the only one raising concerns. Former world champion Paulie Malignaggi argued that matchups like Davis vs. Paul cheapen the sport. He explained that knockouts only carry weight when they happen against elite opponents. Manufactured fights, he said, deceive fans into believing they're watching real competition, when in fact it's entertainment wrapped in gloves. Malignaggi compared this to legends like Felix Trinidad and Mike Tyson, who earned their knockout reputation against the best of their era. For him, Tank fighting Jake Paul isn't legacy, it's spectacle. On the other hand, analysts like Showbiz The Adult saw things differently. After witnessing the press conference, he admitted that he initially thought Jake's size would overwhelm Davis. But Tank's calmness, confidence, and composure convinced him otherwise. According to Showbiz, Davis's technical IQ and ability to adapt under pressure could be the key to victory. Social media has amplified this divide. Behind anonymous screens, critics unleash waves of backlash, accusing Tank of chasing clout, ducking real competition, or tarnishing his reputation. But trainers like Greg Hackett counter this narrative. Hackett argues that fighters face immense pressure, both inside and outside the ring. Marketing deals, legal battles, financial negotiations, today's fighters juggle far more than training camps and sparring sessions. According to Hackett, if Tank chooses to fight Jake Paul, that decision deserves respect. One of the loudest critics has been sports analyst Max Kellerman. Kellerman dismissed Tank's achievements, claiming Davis has never truly been the man of any division. This sparked outrage across the boxing world. Analysts fired back, pointing out that Davis has held IBF and WBA titles across multiple weight classes, knocking out nearly every opponent he's faced. According to Mayweather, Davis is making independent decisions, risking his career, and choosing a path that Floyd himself might not take. Still, Floyd admits the money is massive, the publicity is huge, and as a fan of the sport, he'll definitely be watching. His words capture the duality of this fight: it's dangerous, but it's also an opportunity. The announcement of Davis vs. Jake Paul sent shockwaves across the boxing community. Traditionalists argue this fight undermines the integrity of the sport, reducing decades of legacy into a social media spectacle. Others defend Tank's decision, claiming it's a smart move to broaden his reach to new audiences. Boxing has always been more than just a sport. It's a spectacle, a business, and at times, pure entertainment. And now, the fight that no one expected but everyone is talking about, Gervonta Tank Davis vs Jake Paul, has set the boxing world on fire. Critics call it a circus, fans call it history in the making, and analysts remain sharply divided. But one thing is certain, this fight has become the most debated event in combat sports today. Even Floyd Mayweather, one of boxing's greatest defensive masterminds and Tank's former mentor, has spoken openly about the matchup. For Floyd, boxing is about doing things the right way. He explained that when fighters follow his instructions, he's willing to clean up the mess if things go wrong. But if they go against his advice and fail, that's on them, not him.